Hi, hello, welcome to my video of today. And today's video, my topic for today is constantly pray. Why it is good to constantly pray. When you pray constantly, you automatically allow the aspect in which you allow the Lord to take control. No matter the situation, no matter where, when you constantly pray, you invite God into your life and even you build a stronger relationship with Christ. That is why it's good for you to constantly pray in between your day and even also constantly pray honestly. It is good to pray. It is good to pray to God constantly, and it is also good to pray honestly. And I made a video about praying honestly, and it's before this one. But I just need you to understand the aspect in which praying constantly helps the Lord take control of your everyday life. And when you pray while you start your day. You pray in between your day and you pray even as you're ending your day. Prayer is never too much. It is never too much for you to pray. Because imagine this way, when you actually pray to God constantly and you're honestly talking to him, you are slowly building a stronger relationship with Christ, a stronger relationship that leads you to a better a better self, to a better awareness, to better understand the situation around you, and to also build a better relationship with God. And it says here, even in my prayer, in my word, it says here, Matthew 6, verse 6 to 8. When you pray, go to your room, close the doors, pray privately to your Father who is with you. Prayer, your Father sees what you do in private, he will reward you. When you pray, don't ramble like heathens who think they will be heard if they talk a lot. Don't be like them. Your Father knows what you need before you ask him. So when you pray honestly. When you pray, it is good to know that it is for you to pray. Praying honestly and praying privately to the Father is even better. But does not mean that even when you're out there in the world and situations come up or something happens to you that shakes you, you can just sit down at a corner, or even if you stand, sit down at a corner, or even in your mind, or even in your heart, you talk to the Lord and tell him to take control. Your prayer does not have to include all these other things that really don't matter. I know that everything matters in your life, but there are so many things that we talk about that should not really be the basis of our prayer. What has happened to you at this very moment? What is it that you're going through? What is it that someone has done to you? Or how do you feel about the certain situation you are facing? Or if you're anxious, if you're worried, if you're traumatized by a situation, talk to the Lord about it. Tell him how you feel and tell him to take control. Because once you give it to God, the enemy will never have a footstool over your life. Because that is why it is good for us to constantly pray. Because when we constantly pray, we constantly invite God into our life. If no matter how little your prayer is, no matter how big it is, talk to God about it. Because I would say this, there is never a time where talking to God is ever a waste of your time. Because you don't know the situation you have just survived from, because you decided that it is better for you to talk to the Lord about it than for you to figure it out on your own. As it says, even sometimes there is a saying that people say, you don't know what is lurking around you that God is protecting you from. And your prayer is allowing God take control and constantly protect you, even in situations that you do not see, even in situations and problems or things that you do not see. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. So it is good for you to understand that the Father in heaven has your back. But how can he have your back when he does not know what exactly you need? Yes, in the word it says that the Lord already knows what you need before you even ask him. But that still doesn't mean that you shouldn't talk to him about it. If the Father in heaven knows every single thing about you, every hair on your head, and He knows the problems you are going through or the situation you are facing, He knows what will happen to you even a week before it happens to you, doesn't mean that you shouldn't talk to God about it. Because remember, prayer isn't just worship to the Lord, it's also a way to build a relationship with Him. It is always about just showing up, but it's also about building that relationship with Him and making it stronger. It is good for you to pray. And so many other people look at aspects in which when they pray, they feel like it is bad. Like when they pray, especially when they've sinned, they feel like they can't approach God because of their sins and because they have tainted themselves or because of the situation they have gone through. But I will tell you that when you have sinned, when you have committed that sin, it is good for you to go back to your Father and talk about it. Is it a sin you are struggling with? Is it a problem you are struggling with? Is it pain you are struggling with? Are you constantly falling back into that same situation that He has delivered you from? Talk to Him about it. How did it come about? Why did you start? And let me tell you the truth, that the Lord will navigate it with you, because you are not on this journey on your own. He did not put you in this world for you to figure it out by yourself. He knows the world is big. To you, the world is big and is vast, but to God, it is just His footstool. So are you telling me that the one who created the world would not know how to navigate it in every corner, in every situation? He will. So I hope this helps, and I hope you understand the aspect in which when you have fallen, go back to God. When you are in need, talk to Him. When you are in pain, talk to Him. Even in your happiest moment, talk to Him. Because it is good to communicate with your Father. And that is what prayer is, communication. So it is good for you to pray constantly, so the enemy will never have a footstool, will never have a reason to take from you. Because they have no right to take from you what your Father in heaven has already given you. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you stay blessed, and always, always remember, your Father loves you.